Hey Libra, this is Mama TPG with One Love, One Light Tarot. Welcome to your mermaid guidance reading. Let's get started. Let's see what the mermaids have for Libra. Spirit, what message does the mermaids have for Libra? And we have Sedna, the sea goddess. Through virtue you find your place in the world. And that's number 48, which breaks down to a 3. Okay. Through virtue, you find your place in the world. What else do we have for Libra? And we have the Sith mermaid. The power that creates and sustains you heals you. All right. And that's number 8. All right, let's see. They have some really very magical stories that go with each card. Let's see what 48 is. Okay, the key word is virtue. Sedna, the sea goddess, protects you, conferring a happy, healthy, and wealthy long life. Her influence promotes intuitive and instinctive good, watchfulness, education, and natural diet. Like the waves of the sea, she surfs in a golden chariot. There is no question of preferences or conflicting tendencies. Unless you stay pure, the white foam of the waves on which you will ride will subside with the swell of the ocean into the opposite of what you're aiming for. Making the right choices will bring a steady increase in good fortune that begins a promising wave of exciting new times. Move on and you will feel very blessed with the way your life flows. Happiness beckons. So I feel like this is really about making good choices for yourself, which also align and keep your intention pure and focused. All right, what does the Sith mermaid have to say? Okay, so the key word here is action. Summon the forces of light to aid your life, for prayers are the gateways and charms that disperse darkness. The Sith mermaid, a dangerous fairy succubus who sucks blood out of a man with whom she has intercourse, represents vampire humans whose presence is draining. They look at life negatively and draw on others' positive energy to invigorate their own destructiveness. Only by keeping a clear mind in constant touch with your intuition and psyche will you avoid losing sight of your everyday goals and long-term ambitions. You may also need to see how much help you can accept without it causing harm to someone who is kindly helping you. So I feel like this is really about the power of prayer and looking at those that may be draining you energetically. You can have the purest of intentions of helping someone or enjoying the presence of somebody and not necessarily realize how much energy they drain from you, just depleting you to where you don't have the energy to put into yourself. So it's very noble to help others, but you have to be, very listen to that inner voice that tells you enough is enough, right? All right, let's see how this is playing out for you, Libra. And then it's also about recognizing if you've become that to somebody else. So it may be that, you've gone through some hard times and you've come to rely on a certain person or, a person for support, and you know that they're coming from the heart when they help you. But now it's time to, thank them for all of their help and start trying to really be that support for yourself, and through your beliefs, your prayers to God, the divine, whatever it is that you believe, start allowing that to really support you in being independently strong, right? And so, you don't want to be that energy vampire to somebody else. And it doesn't have to always be a negative connotation to that, in the sense that your intention is not to, suck somebody else dry like that. It's just about really, sometimes you have that bond with somebody and they just seem to know what to say. And I'm sure that they would never think of you as a energy vampire. So it's just, recognizing that sometimes people are brought into your life for a reason, and that may be to help you through a certain situation, but now start getting up on your own, right? And that's just not for everybody, that message. That was just something that came through for me. How is this playing out for Libra in the now? And we have the Lord of Wands, which is the King of Wands. Could be dealing with a fire sign, or this could be you. Four of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. There's those heavy burdens. And the Three of Swords. Okay. Okay, so currently you're in the energy of the Lord of Wands, the King of Wands. And I mean, you see him, he can be considered the, the traveler. That's why I believe this is why they have the airplane here. But, this is the mystical dream tarot. So sometimes the images are just all the way abstract and there's not a distinct way to read into it. It's about what does it trigger for you. So that being said, I feel like he's really rising above some, poisonous things here, and he is protected because he is spiritually sound. So, and then there's this little rat down here. Huh. Well, in the traditional tarot, the King of Wands is just, very passionate, a good leader, creative, very, I think on one of the decks it says audacious, just really goes after what he wants, and he's fatherly and faithful. Okay. So in that is the current energy. So you could be dealing with someone like this, or this could be you. So the challenge is this Four of Pentacles, and this depiction just cracks me up because it's like, it's an onion, and it's like there's layers to this, right? But it's very closed off. You can't see all those layers. So I think that is the ultimate aim here. And I don't know if these dots around it are like, the smell or, but I feel like this goes back to really feeling very protected and closed off, whether this is in regard to your money situation or your abundance. There is a need to hold on to things because, you may be getting into that lack mentality of like, I got to hold on to it because I don't know if there's going to be, more that'll come later. And that mindset really stops the flow of abundance in your life. It really does, because, it's all about keeping that in a flow, right? And you can't let the flow stop with you. You have to, it's like you have to spend money to make money. You have, where you're putting out a lot of money, if you do it right, in the sense, do it smartly, but also do not hold on to that money even though you've let it go, or dwell on, how much money something costs, just connecting with your this could have come from being drained by a past relationship, whatever kind of wounds that you may be dealing with on the inside. It can, come from that. It can be, that more Five of Pentacles energy where you were left out in the cold and there was no one around, or you felt like there was nobody around to help you. And now it's like, I'm never going to go through that again, which is as great motivation, except for you're still stopping that flow. You're maintaining that negative thought pattern. So the advice from Spirit is the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is all about, this. There's been a lot of challenges, a lot of, heavy burdens, but there's also a call right here that says, it's almost over. This is like the Wounded Warrior card. He's been through many battles and he's still kicking, and there's got to be at least one more battle left in him, because Spirit is saying, you're almost to the 10, like you're almost there. Just keep going. This is about endurance, right? And then the outcome is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is not the most lovely of outcomes, because this is all about heartbreak. But this particular depiction says, I'm cutting that chain to all this pain, to where new growth can start happening, to where the fire starts really welling up inside and gives me that energy, that drive. So this is about healing heartbreak. And I like this depiction, the stars above, giving that faith, hope, and healing. Now, he does have his back to it, but he's turning and he's cutting that chain. So this is about healing heartbreak and moving, allowing yourself that new growth, that new opportunity. So let's clarify some of these to take it a little deeper. Why is the Lord of Wands here for Libra? And we have, yes, the Six of Autumn. So this is the Six of Pentacles, and this is the energy that I really wanted to speak to for the Four of Pentacles, because the Six of Pentacles is about that flow. It's about that give and take. It's about being generous, because then that's going to bring generosity back to you. That paying it forward or paying it back, whatever. It says the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely, or repaying a debt. So it's about keeping that flow. It's a circle, and it's about keeping that circle spinning, or that wheel spinning. It's not going to go in your favor if you stop it with you, right? So with that being said, if you are dealing with a King of Wands here, this is about really feeling like you are on equal ground, that there's that give and take within a relationship. Or this could just be your energy and feeling that you're in a situation where it's balanced, and feeling that give and take, and feeling not feeling burdened by being generous to others. Okay, so why is the Four of Pentacles here for Libra? And we have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands clarifying the Four of Pentacles. So there's, you are taking steps on your new path, on this new path that is really kind of could be a new career. It could be a new phase in your relationship. For me, as a reader, the Three of Wands is really about, having started really getting on your life purpose path. Okay, so a lot of times it takes many years to even take the first step into that, just because you're working through growing up, you're working through, education, families, whatever you're building. And so a lot of people, I feel like it comes little later in life, where they start really fulfilling their life purpose spiritually. And so I feel like, especially having this Four of Pentacles, this kind of controlling, um, almost worry about money or abundance or anything, you know, that's holding you back. Spirit is saying, this is part of your life purpose. So open yourself to that. Open yourself to that, and recognize that this is part of your life purpose. Could be lessons that you need to learn. Could be, but really, in order to fulfill your life purpose, you have to be open to that spiritual connection and guidance. Okay, and it does say here, plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. Okay, so why is the Nine of Wands here for Libra? And we have the Four of Summer. So I feel like this is the Four of Summer is the Four of Cups. And it's about sometimes being like discontent or not realizing a huge opportunity that may be in front of you, more because you're worried about, the day-to-day things. I mean, that's what I'm getting in this reading. So I feel like, Spirit is encouraging you to take that one, the next step, or to keep going, to persevere, to endure, um, even though it's been hard. And then also don't miss out on, you know Spirit trying to offer you that cup. In this depiction here, you see this little Cupid is like begging for their attention, and they are too lost in thought about something else. Maybe thinking about the past, or thinking about something else that they believe is best for them. Spirit is offering their assistance, their love, and you may not even realize it. Or maybe you're not cashing in on the full value of that. Okay, so why is Three of Swords here for Libra? And we have the Ten of Wands. This is that next step here, right? So I feel like this, because this is the Ten of Wands, and you had the Nine of Wands, and Spirit saying just keep going. And the outcome is you're going to close out this burdensome cycle. It says ask for help from others. All work and no play, being weighted down by too many responsibilities. This cycle is going to end, and the way that it's going to end is by getting that healing that you need to have that, new fire build up inside of you. And that is all about the King of Wands. King of Wands is very fired up and very passionate about what what his major goals are and what he's going after. Could be love, could be career, could be, I dropped a card. I think I got all of them, hopefully. Um, all about going after what he wants. So it's about clear intentions, not having any energy vampires around you, healing those things that may be pulling on your energy. And I feel like this can also be that you're not always seeing the the opportunities in front of you, because you're kind of swimming in your own hurts and wounds. So this is about healing that, and moving on from this burdensome cycle. That's not how you were meant to live, but there may be lessons that you are meant to learn in that phase or that cycle. So what guidance do we have to close this out for Libra? This is a long reading. We have Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. And I definitely see that there are, there is I don't know if it's a nobility factor, but you may feel like, you have to do things all on your own, and that's definitely this energy here, but you don't. You have, spiritual support, and that is what this card is all about. helpers in the subtle realms. All right, what other guidance do we have for Libra? And we have Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So you may have some gifts that you're not aware of, or maybe you are channeling and you're not knowing what to do with that information. Well, raising your own vibration is raising the vibration of the entire collective, of all of humanity. And that is the goal here. So it's about, raising your vibration and allowing yourself to be more fulfilled, which also raises the vibration of the entire earth. All right, so those are the messages that came through for you, Libra. Big things happening, obviously. I thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And remember, the universe has your back, and so do I. Take care.